This is Hertfordshire's Mix 92.6.
So I'm here with ChloeAnne Collins. I was very lucky to meet Chloe when I was out in the Maltings doing a bit of work advertising our Father's Day promotion, and me and Chloe got chatting, and it turns out that she's just started a new business, and I was fascinated. So she's joined us in the studio to have a little chat about what she's up to and what's going on. So Chloe, give us a brief introduction of yourself.
Hello, I'm Chloe. Super happy to be here. I've been really excited for this, so thank you for having me. I am a mum of two, firstly, skincare, fitness lover, and most recently a mindset coach.
Interesting. So yeah, when you said that, the mindset coach, I don't know a huge amount about it. So tell me a bit about it. What does that mean and what does it involve for you?
So mindset coaching is essentially, if you think about like counselling and therapy is taking people perhaps from a bad place to a better place, mindset coaching is more about taking people from a good place to a better place. So helping them gain clarity on what it is that they want, helping them paint that vision of how they want to move forward, and essentially get them into an action plan, taking action, and really working on the blocks and the limiting beliefs that are holding them back from getting there. But there's a lot more to it than that, but as a broad explanation, that's kind of what coaching is really getting you to take action and getting you from where you are to where you want to be.
Because I guess a lot of times people are their own worst enemy. It's you that holds yourself back. You're too scared to try things or do things. Did you help people overcome those sort of fears?
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes we are the biggest person that's in our own way and we don't even realise it. So essentially you can have all these limiting beliefs and they could literally have stemmed from a memory or an experience that you're not even aware of, and you've just attached that to future situations. And it's incredible when I'm with my clients and we sort of go backwards and we work backwards, and you can see it play out how they've attached that one experience and they've attached that limiting belief through so many key moments in their life, and then they've just ultimately got this belief about themselves that they're not good enough, or that can never happen for them, or they're not confident enough, or anything. It can literally be anything. So it's amazing to work with people to really scale back, find out where that came from and help them move forward.
And it must be very rewarding for you too, helping people achieve what they want to achieve.
Oh, so rewarding. And I guess that's probably what led me to start doing it, because I was lacking that fulfillment and that sense of purpose myself, and that led me on my own personal development journey to really find out like what fulfills me. So it is so rewarding and so incredible when you're working with people and they're getting these results and it's literally changing their lives, and they can then move forward.
Yes, you mentioned something there of sort of that's what got you into it. So let's go back a bit. How did you start your career? What did you do before you got into this? Tell us a bit more about that.
So I guess probably when I was at school, I was a Saturday girl and a hairdresser's, as you do. I was paying for World Challenge. I was saving up for World Challenge, which I went on at school. So I travelled to Costa Rica and Nicaragua, which was amazing. And then I moved into working in a supermarket, which for me was kind of like the school of work. My mum worked there, and I pretty much knew everyone there. I used to decorate the Christmas tree in the canteen when I was young, so it really was the school of work. But I still really wanted to do well there, and when I realised there wasn't much progression, I guess I was then thinking like, right, what can I do? Where can I go? So I started to look at other jobs, and that's what sort of broke me into the corporate world, if you like. So I got my first job in recruitment, and the manager there just massively took a chance on me. I had no office experience or anything like that. So that was a big step for me, and someone she really did sort of change my life, almost introducing me to that world. And I moved around in recruitment a little bit before my client was the company that I then worked for, and I really liked the company, really liked the people and the role, so I moved there. But I've always sort of felt hungry for more. I wanted to find what fulfilled me. I see people setting up their own businesses, doing really well, like maximising their income, and I always wanted to find my niche, but I just never knew what it was. Like, did I want to make cakes or do all of these little things, do nails or hairdressing, and nothing really stood out to me. And then I guess it was after my second maternity leave, I felt really lost in my sense of purpose. I was thinking about going back to work and what my career would look like at that point, especially my children going to school and working the 9 to 5. You know, how would I get them, pick them up, and ultimately what would my progression look like there? And I think people could probably relate to this. Lots of people, like society kind of can keep you small sometimes. When you become a mum, you need to be there for your children, and that is that. You shouldn't be focusing on your career. You know, that can wait until they're at school, but I knew that's not what I wanted. So I went on this big personal development journey because I just felt really lost and unfulfilled. And just not myself. So I started on the podcast, the books, all the self-development, just following motivational accounts.
Tony Robbins and all that.
Absolutely love Tony Robbins and Mel Robbins. Her podcast is amazing. So I just was doing all of that, reading the books, listening to the podcast wherever I could. And I just implemented some really good habits, daily habits into my life, which changed my mindset a lot, and I was really actually quite consistent with them, and I think that's what really helped me. And then I stumbled across coaching by chance, really. I saw a video online and I thought, that is me down to a T.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, is so you got the idea in your head, like, I think I could do this. What next? Was there like a formal process or training you had to go through?
Yeah, so I stumbled across this video that was like, it was like a no fluff video. This is what coaching is, if it sounds like you. And I was like, that really sounds like me. So I watched a bit more and I ended up signing up with a company, and they had a foundation level course, which was really good value. So I started with that. Obviously, I was on maternity leave, so investing huge amounts of money in a course. There's courses out there a lot. This company was incredible. So I did the foundation level course and absolutely loved it. So then I signed up for the full accreditation. So I studied. I've studied for a long time now. I put the work in. I practiced. I met some incredible people along the way. And I think when you're on a coaching course, you're practicing on each other, and you're meeting like-minded people, and even just that community and meeting people like that is incredible, because you get so many breakthroughs just from practicing on each other and being in that space. So that in itself just gave me a lot of mindset transformation, I must say.
And so what was the next step then? How did you turn that into a business?
So they sort of teach you all of the course, you become accredited, and then I invested in my own coach. At that point, I was so driven, and I really wanted to make it work. I was feeling so fulfilled. I was practicing on people where I could, and I just was buzzing, and I was like, this is me, this is what I'm made to do. And it was actually a really emotional experience to finally be like, I feel fulfilled. This is what I'm meant to do. I finally found it after all this time. I was just got so driven, and I met a coach. I went on one of her retreats, actually. She is another local coach, and she is amazing. And I wanted to work with her, and I thought, I'm going to do anything I can to invest in her and work with her. So I did, and we did a lot of business coaching. So I'd done a lot of mindset myself within the accreditation and with other coaches that I'd met, but I really needed help on the business side and the mindset behind setting up your own business, because people think it's easy, and it is not easy. It's so, you've really got to show up and be consistent. And when you come up against those blocks that are telling you, you're not good enough, and imposter syndrome is a real thing, right? Like, it is a real thing. So you've really got to keep pushing through it and working towards it. But I think my vision was so clear, and I was so emotionally connected to the why I want it. And that they're two really key points that I go with my clients. You've got to have a clear vision, and you've got to know why you want it and why you're doing it. That's the most important thing. And I had that so clear. So I was like, I'm not stopping. I haven't come this far to only come this far. Like, I need to just go for it now. So I launched my program. I've started working with my own clients, and yeah, it's amazing to give those results to other people.
Yeah, so you took a big risk, especially you were telling us earlier. You got 3 kids to look after. You've got a day job. Yeah, it's it's a big risk. So it's incredible that you took to that. So Tesla, you mentioned the course. So what's the package? If someone wants to work with you, what happens?
So it is a 12-week transformation program. So it is master your mindset. And what I like to do is invite people to book a free discovery call with me, which you can do via my social media. And what we then do is walk through you, what's led you to book onto that call, what you're currently going through and why you're here, and then walk you through my program and if that is right for you. Because another really important key point is you've got to relate to someone that you're going to work with, and it's got to be right for you. I would always tell someone if I thought my program wasn't right for them, because the results of my clients and their well-being is my number one priority. Like, if you're going to invest in a coach and you're going to invest in someone, you want it to you want to get results. That's ultimately what you're there for. So yeah, you book on a call and then you'll enroll in the program, and that's when you'll really get super crystal clear on what it is that you want. I think when you're waking up in the morning and you're not feeling fulfilled and you've not got that sense of purpose and you don't know what you're doing that day, that's when you start to feel that lack of purpose and that lack of fulfillment, and that can spiral into a lot of different things. So once you have that clear vision, you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to feel energized, you're going to feel ready for the day, you're going to know what you're doing, you're going to know what action you need to be taking. Like, I'm showing up so much better for my family, for my children. And yes, there are times when you can get overwhelmed with the to-do list and the goals, and like, there is no hiding behind the fact that launching your own business is hard. But it's the sense of fulfillment in you when you're doing things, like even me being here now, like being able to speak to people about it, that is such a massive fulfillment for me. So if you want to wake up in the morning and feel like you have purpose and you're driven and you've got goals and you know what you're working towards, you've got to invest in yourself. You've got to be clear on what it is that you want, and you've got to take action. Like, you can't, people do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result. Like, if nothing changes, it is, yeah. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You've got to take action. But yeah, and work out what's holding you back from taking that action, I think, is so important. And even as coaches, we have blind spots, and that's why coaches have coaches.
Yeah. And you've got me energised already, Chloe. Just sat and thinking now about sort of things I want from the future. But I'm guessing you're not stopping here. So what are your plans for the future? You mentioned earlier about a potential podcast. Tell me more about that.
Yes, I would love to have my own podcast. I will have my own podcast. I have so much going on at the moment. I've obviously got my 2 girls, my house, my just so much going on. But yeah, I think 2024, I would love to launch my own podcast. I want to get out there more as soon as I can, really. Just, I guess, speaking to, I think obviously mums, like I'm a mum, and that's what led me to get to where I now am, and I had that lack of sense of purpose. And I think new mums will relate to that. And society is wants to keep you small, wants to say, be a mum, focus on your children. But ultimately, if you want more and you want fulfillment and you want to do well and you want to be successful, and success is different for everyone, right? Like, your definition of success and mine are completely different. Some people's are to scale $1 million businesses. Some people is just to feel happy and fulfilled every day. Like, success is different for everyone. But if you want that success, then why not? Like, why not go for it and do what you want to do? If you've got something on your heart that you want to achieve, you've got to go for it. And if you've been waiting for a sign and you're listening to this is your sign to follow your dreams. Like, it's so, I don't want to say easy, because it's not easy, but I was so shocked at how quickly I started to really believe in myself. And I remember actually the day I was voice noting my coach, and I was so emotional because I thought, yeah, like, I really believe in myself. And I was voice noting her and I was like, I'm not even lying. Yeah. Like, I'm not lying. I believe in myself. And it was such like a pinnacle moment, I guess, for me to finally believe in myself. Like, other people believe in you, but ultimately you've got to believe in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You can't achieve anything if you don't. Chloe, tell people how they can get hold of you. If anyone's listening, they've heard your sign, what's the best way to reach out to you?
So you can find me on Instagram. I am at The Motivation Mum. You can find me on Instagram. The link is in my bio if you want to book a call with me. All the information, is there on my Instagram. I would love to hear from you, and my DMs and my messages are always open. I love meeting and connecting with like-minded people. I love to help other people. I'm loving being on this journey, and I want to take everyone with me, you water me, I'll water you, we'll grow together. I just feel like the community vibe and the people that you meet in this space are incredible. There's so many free resources out there as well, like podcasts, books, get yourself around like-minded people. There's communities out there. I'm on Zoom calls most evenings in communities when I'm not with my clients. I'm in communities, and your vibe really does attract your tribe. Once you raise your own vibration and keep your energy high, that's another really key point. Your your tribe will come. They will come.
Well, your passion is infectious, and I'm sure people listening at home have heard that as well. So thank you so much for your time, Chloe. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you for coming to our studio.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Hertfordshire's Mix 92.6.